Live.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Fish Report Live. My name is Craig Fissinger.
I'm Ken Francis.
And we're coming to you live from the Fish Report studio here in Versailles, Ohio. It is Thursday night, May the 17th, 2012. Ken, it's district championship week in baseball, softball, track. We got a lot to talk about today.
We got all kinds of stuff to talk about, Craig. I was having a little technical difficulties there with the audio, but we're with you now. And yes, we do. We got all kinds of stuff, Craig. We got exciting championship games in the district coming up tomorrow in baseball. We've got district finals coming up Saturday in track. We've got a lot of softball action, so a lot of good stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we got a couple big interviews tonight, too. We're going to be talking to Fairlawn Junior Olivia Cummings, who's doing real well right now in track and field. We've got another big interview coming up after the break with Versailles Tigers head softball coach Mechelle Heitkamp. Looking forward to talking to her about the red-hot Versailles Tigers softball team right now. But before we do that, we'll just like we do every show, let's get to our nightly trivia question. What do you got for them tonight, Ken?
Craig, the winner of tonight's trivia question gets another T-shirt. You know, we've got a couple T-shirts left, so you guys got to get on these answers here. And tonight's trivia question is this. Name the only team from Shelby County ever to participate in the state high school softball tournament. Name the only team from Shelby County to ever participate in the state high school softball tournament.
Okay, all right. Well, you can get your answers in on the social stream tab. You can text us. We got our text number there on the screen if you're on your computer right now watching us on the Fish Report Live page. And I'll make you a deal. For those of you out there that have already won a Fish Report Live shirt and say, I've already got one of those things, I don't need a second one, I got another deal for you. I've got a Dickman Supply shirt here. If you got a Fish Report Live shirt, you can get this Dickman Supply shirt. This was given to me by my good buddy, Doug Borchers over at Dickman Supply. It's an adult large, so if you say, I've already got a Fish Report Live shirt and you win and you want this thing, you can have the Dickman Supply shirt. Special thanks to Doug Borchers and Dickman Supply. It's a brand new t-shirt. So, all right, Ken, well, listen, before we get to our first interview, let's give the viewers out there a little baseball news. Why don't you run down the district championship schedule for tomorrow night? Let them know what games they got coming up.
We got 4 big games tomorrow night, Craig. First off, we'll start off in Division 3. We got Versailles Tigers, who came back in miraculous fashion the other night to win a game 4-3. They take on Middletown Fenwick at a 5 o'clock game at Kenton Ridge. So good luck to the Versailles Tigers in D3 action. Division 4 action, Craig, the only Shelby County League team left, the Fort Laramie Redskins. You know, come tournament time, Craig, every year, you know, it seems like Coach Sturwald's team is right there in the thick of things. And once again, he's got his Redskins in district championship play. They'll travel to Bellbrook to take on Cincinnati Christian. Craig, I know Cincinnati Christian's got a great record, but don't put a whole lot into that, you know, because I'm not for sure the strength of the schedule they play, but I guarantee it wasn't the schedule that Coach Sturwald and his Redskins played. Look for Jared Albers probably to be taking the mound, Craig. All he did the last time out was throw 10 scoreless innings against the Russia Raiders in the Shelby County League Championship game, which ultimately was won by the Raiders in 12 innings, 1-0. The other game, Lehman Cavaliers, another big comeback win last night. They'll take on Arcanum at Newton High School. Craig, I think Lehman is going to have their hands full. Arcanum is a very good baseball team this year. They've only got 2 losses. And Lehman, I would assume, will be without the services of one Alex Smith. The hard-throwing right-hander went to all 7 innings the other night. So, you know, he's able to throw 3 innings, but, you know, look for Lehman to have to win this game with some of their number 2 and 3 pitchers. And the third game of the night takes the defending champion, the Minster Wildcats. They'll travel to beautiful Coldwater High School and the beautiful baseball complex they've got over there to take on the Convoy Crestview Knights. Craig, I heard today that hard-throwing junior Adam Niemeyer is back.
Oh,
so
good.
We'll wait and see. You know, Adam threw a 10-inning game himself several weeks ago and has not pitched since. I know he's been having some arm problems. But look for Adam Niemeyer to be back for the Wildcats and throwing tomorrow night as they take on Convoy Crestview.
That's good news. That's good news. And in D3?
D3, we've got the Versailles game,
That's
which
right.
I mentioned. They take on Middletown Fenwick at Kenton Ridge.
Okay, well, it should be some exciting games. I know Laramie, Lehman, and Versailles all, like you said, came back, comeback wins last night. So I imagine that means some exciting games for Friday night. So, all right, Ken, time to talk a little district track. Both you and I are interested in the D3 Graham District. They actually started last night with some prelims. ran a couple finals last night. They will be finishing up with the finals on Saturday. Should be a fun-filled day. You know, it's arguably one of the best districts in the state, and if you just look at the results of the Graham district and compare that to other districts, I think you'll understand why it's one of the best districts in the state. And let's take, for example, the shot put. You know, they are the longest throw in the state of Ohio right now is 43 feet 7.5 inches. That girl is throwing in our district. That throw was actually made last week in the Shelby County League meet, and that throw was made by Fairlawn Junior Olivia Cummings. Olivia actually threw last night for the district championship in the shot, won that. So right now on the phone we have the Shelby County League champ in the shot put, actually the Shelby County League champ in the discus, and the new district champion in the shot put, Olivia Cummings. Olivia, thanks for joining us on the show tonight.
Olivia?
Yes.
Oh, thanks for joining us on the show tonight. Welcome to Fish Report Live.
Thank you.
All right, Olivia, I want to go back to last week. I was just telling the viewers out there that you heaved a shot put 43 feet 7.5 inches. You broke a county record held by Rushie's Liz Mangin. It goes all the way back to 2001. Now, I know you don't know Liz Mangin, but Ken and I both remember her, and she was one heck of a thrower. You know, you crushed her record by almost 4 feet. Now, I just mentioned, too, you also won the district title last night. I wasn't there, so fill me in a little bit on how the district went last night, and what are you looking forward, what's it going to take to continue to win?
Last night for me went very well. I tend to get nervous still before I throw, but that's just a thing I have to overcome. But I think that it will be a fun and exciting battle the rest of the way. I have to keep on practicing and keep my technique in line, and I think that it will make a big difference for me along the way.
Okay. Like I said, moving forward, you threw 43 feet at the Shelby County meet. What did you throw last night? What was your distance?
41.5.
41.5. Okay. Now going into regionals, or even possibly state, I don't know how much you look ahead, but what kind of distances are needed to win the regional or the state?
The regionals, I think throw a 41, I could even win, but I hope to throw 45, you know. 45, wow. All right. Well, hey, listen, last Friday, I know you also won in the disc. I want you to go back to last Friday, or I know you're competing again in that this Saturday, and tell me a little bit about the competition you're going to be facing. I know there's one girl in there you know really well, and what's your expectations in the disc moving forward? My competition is very good for Saturday in the disc. And Caitlin Underwood, she's my cousin, and I have a big battle this weekend. You know, I faced Kate Beaton from National Trail and Chelsea Bruns, who both throw in the high 120s, and I hope that, you know, I can get his place up there, but I think I can in the top 4 to move on to regional.
So the girl from Botkins is your cousin?
Yes.
All right. Now, do you talk to her at meets, or do you guys pretty much put your game face on and not talk, or I'm not sure how it works over there in the disc?
We actually cheer each other on, you know. If we're off to the side, we're pumping each other up and getting each other ready to throw. We help each other out a lot, actually.
That's good. Olivia, this is Ken. I was able to make a trip to Fairlawn a few weeks ago, actually for a baseball game, and had a chance to walk through Fairlawn's new sports complex with your baseball diamond, your softball diamond, and your beautiful track. How has this new facility benefited you and actually the entire Fairlawn track program?
It is a great facility. It's brand new, obviously, and I think a lot more people are interested in doing things and sports out there. And we have a bigger track team, one of the biggest we've ever had, and we have a good softball team and a good baseball team that's strong and sturdy, and I think that it could be like that for the next few years.
Well, that's great for Fairlawn and the whole community over there, because you guys deserve success over there. I had an opportunity to talk to your dad quite a bit during that baseball game, and also actually I talked to him last night. I'll have to say, number one, your dad's a great man, and he's very energetic at these track meets. I thought sometimes I was a crazy guy at these track meets. I might have found a man that was just as crazy as myself. How has your father been, you know, a major influence in your success in all your sports?
My father is a great influence to me. As a single parent, he works so hard to make sure that everyone's succeeding, and he's just pushing me to my limit, and I have to thank him for everything he does for me. And he's just always there, and he always pushes everybody, and he's always there supporting. I think he at least walked 6 miles last night.
I can believe that. He burns a lot of calories going just from his cheering and screaming.
He does.
He's a great guy to hang around, I'll tell you that. So, well, congratulations on your success, Olivia, and good luck the rest of the track season.
Thank you.
Hey, one more question, Olivia, before we let you go. Now, someone that throws as well as you do, we would expect that probably would do a lot with lifting weights just to get the distance that you do. But I read an article last weekend in the paper that says you don't do weights at all. Now, is that true?
Yes, it is true. Being on a farm for me is lifting weights every day. It naturally comes to me as being strong because my mother was a great volleyball player. She was 2-time county player of the year in volleyball, and she was player of the year in basketball her senior year. And my parents were both great athletes in high school, and I just feel that I really got my athletic tendency from them.
Okay, so I guess another way of saying it too is to be a good shot put and disc thrower, you don't need to necessarily lift weights, but just hang out with a farmer and you'll be okay. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. Or you could just do that, yeah.
All right. Well, hey, listen, that's great stuff, Olivia. We're going to let you go. Hey, good luck in the disc on Saturday. We hope to be watching you for a couple more weeks, and thanks for joining us on the show tonight.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Olivia, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, that was Fairlawn Junior Olivia Cummings. Nice of her to join us tonight, Ken. We know she's a good volleyball player. She's a good basketball player. She's good in track and field. She's done quite a lot for that Fairlawn program, hasn't she?
Yes, she has. And again, it was really neat to see the facilities that they have over there, and just really happy for all those athletes at Fairlawn. And they got some other great athletes over there, and big things are coming.
All right, and I got one more question I want to ask you. I mentioned at the beginning of that little interview about the Graham District being one of the better districts in the state. If you look at the results, I want to ask you, do you agree with that?
Totally agree. You look at the other, whether it's the Cincinnati, the Dayton districts, or even at Spencerville anymore. We used to take a lot of kind of a back seat to a lot of the MAC schools, Craig, but not anymore. I'll tell you what, that Graham District is absolutely phenomenal. For example, the 4x8 last night. Bakken's girls finished 5th and ran like a 10-17. Had they been in a couple of other districts, they would have won the race.
Oh, wow.
And unfortunately for them, they got 5th and they're done. So, they got beat by 4 great teams, Versailles, Fort Laramie, Russia, West Liberty. So, it's just amazing how tough that district is.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, that's going to do it for our track talk. We're going to take a quick commercial break here, visit our sponsors, listen to a little music by Rushie's own Mark Cantwell. But when we come back, we're going to have that big-time interview with Versailles softball coach Mechelle Heitkamp. You're not going to want to miss that. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Raised by a single mother in the heart of the Midwest. She grew up, didn't have too much trouble, cause her mom worked hard for everything they had. She never knew her father, only knew that he was gone. She would wake to home, all the crying and an empty bottle laying on the floor. Yeah. Teen with open face, she was gonna leave this town, but she fell in love, had a son, now she's paying rent on an old farmhouse. Got a job in a factory downtown, pushing out on wheels. Now it's porch cars and blue bandanas and weekend streams for you and me. All the mornings spent out here on this side of town. She likes to smoke, takes a toll, it's just another day of a fairy tale. Oh, it's just black coffee and cigarettes. call them cigarettes.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Before the break, we were talking a little track. We're going to change gears right now and talk a little softball, Ken. I want you to listen to this. In the D3 softball tournament, the Versailles Lady Tigers, they went into tournament play last week with a record of 9-15. Okay, they got I guess a much deserved number 11 seed. But since then, they beat number 6 Northeastern 10-0. They beat number 3 seed Milton Union 9-1, and then last Monday they pulled their biggest upset, beating number 1 seed West Liberty 7-1. Now West Liberty went into that game with a record of 24-1. That's pretty impressive, isn't it?
That is very impressive. First thing I look at is that Versailles has given up 2 runs in 3 games. Okay, just some very good competition. Then I look at West Liberty, and okay, these girls were not only were they the number 1 seed, they're ranked number 4 in the state of Ohio. They got 4 seniors who are all going on to play Division I college softball, led by home run queen Becca Peterson.
Yeah.
And for Versailles to come in regular season 9-15 and knock them off, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, like I said, pretty impressive. Well, on the phone right now, we have the lady that's responsible for some of that. She's the coach of the Red Hot Versailles Tigers, Coach Mechelle Heitkamp. Coach, welcome to the show, and congratulations on a great tournament run so far.
Well, thanks very much. The team has definitely made the tournament run pretty exciting.
Well, now you won the sectional here this past week, and now you advance on to the D3 District Championship game tomorrow night in Tip City, where you play Middletown Fenwick at 5 o'clock. Let me ask you, now I know the boys, they also play tomorrow night at 5 o'clock against the same team, Middletown Fenwick, but their game is actually in Canton Ridge. Has that all still stayed the same, or has that changed at all?
That's actually changed. They're going to be playing at Tip City as well.
Oh, okay. So fans can, I guess they'll be, is it the same complex?
From what I understand it is, so they could potentially go between the diamonds and see the games.
Well, that's nice.
Good. I got to ask, now, I just mentioned here, you came into tournament with kind of I guess you call it a mediocre record, 9-15, and now you've knocked off 3 higher seeded teams. How did you make this turnaround?
Well, I think our team has played some pretty good ball all this season. We've lost like 7 games by 1 or 2 runs, and I kept telling them all season that they were much better than their record. And I think maybe finally they're believing me. They're believing me, and that they can see that their abilities are better than that.
Well, it's a good time to start believing you in tournament time. So, hey, give us a little preview of Fenwick. I know you got to have some kind of scouting report on them. What are you expecting going into tomorrow night's game? What do they have?
Well, from what I can see, Fenwick they have a nice softball team. We're expecting to see some power hitters. They have a sophomore that's hitting over 600, and their pitcher, her ERA is like 1.7. So I know that they've played well in the tournament, and I'm sure they'll be ready for a good game.
Mechelle, this is Ken Francis. Throughout our show this year, we've interviewed last year's Shelby County League Player of the Year, Caitlin Herron. We've also interviewed the OHC Player of the Year, Becca Peterson from West Liberty. For our viewers out there, who would be the Versailles Tigers Player of the Year, and who do you count on?
Well, to be honest, I really can't pick one player from our team for Player of the Year. I think we've been winning games because they've been working well as a team. There are different players, that have had, clutch hits when we needed it, or they've had an outstanding catch to stop the other team. So I think the Roses just have worked hard together to get where we're at.
Well, that's great. It always takes good teamwork in any sport that you're playing, so that's important that you're, and I'm sure that goes to a lot of your success during your tournament run. You already mentioned the excitement in Versailles and how they've moved the baseball game over to Tip City, which I think is a great thing for the community. Tell us, what is the furthest Versailles has ever went in softball? Is this as farthest they've ever been, or have they went further than this?
No, actually, in 1989, the softball team made it to state. They were state runners-up.
Good.
And we've made it several times to regional finals also.
All right, well, Mechelle, I want to, before we let you go here too, I want to ask you about a couple of your players. I know you talked about having a lot of girls that are good on the team. Can you tell us a couple of the key positions, like who's pitching well for you right now, who's hitting well for you right now? Can you name a couple of the players that are doing well for Versailles?
Sure. Pitching right now, Danielle Langston's been doing a great job for the tournament run. She's been doing a nice job of keeping them low and inside-outside game. And then hitting-wise, Miranda Huddle's a nice hitter, Rachel Kramer, Kayla McAnally, and Madison Monin.
Okay.
They're doing really well hitting. So.
All right, well, good. Hey, listen, one more thing before we let you go. Now, I had one of our good contacts over there at Versailles do a little research on some Versailles softball records, and we found out that you still hold some records over there. And I'm going to name a couple of them that you hold records in, but home runs, I guess, RBIs, triples, ERA, strikeouts. Now, I don't know if you're aware of this, but actually next season, Rushi's actually looking for a softball coach. Any chance we can talk you into maybe coming over here and coaching our team?
Well, I find that pretty funny. I've been a Tiger all my life, and I don't think that's about to change, so thanks.
All right. Well, we wouldn't want to upset a couple of our Versailles friends over there, so we'll let that one go.
That's right.
Hey,
Alrighty.
all right, that's great stuff, Mechelle. Hey, listen, good luck the rest of the way, and thanks for joining us on the show tonight.
All right, thank you.
Good luck to you tomorrow night.
All right.
All right, that was Versailles head softball coach Mechelle Heitkamp. Ken, like I said, I imagine it's pretty electric over there right now with both the softball team and the baseball team playing for a district championship.
District championships, and the way it sounds, they're going to be playing right next to each other. It almost makes me want to go watch. It sounds like a great atmosphere.
Yeah. And speaking of softball, did you hear what Minster's Hannah Floyd did last night?
All Hannah Floyd did last night in the tournament game was hit for the cycle. Okay, Craig? But I guess when you're hitting over 700 for the year, imagine this. She hit for the cycle, went 4 for 6, and lowered her batting average.
Wow.
How do you do that?
She, when you're a phenomenal player, I guess that's when that happens.
I guess.
Yeah, they played in the district semifinal game against Lima Perry, won that game, and then they play tomorrow night, another Friday night 5 o'clock game. They play against St. Henry. So for the district championship, a couple local teams in that. Wish them both the best of luck.
That's right.
So, well, that's going to wrap it up for our softball talk, and that's going to wrap it up for our show. But before we go off the air here, let's find out if we had a winner to our trivia question. Why don't you repeat the question again, and I'll check and see if we got a winner.
All right. Tonight's trivia question was, name the only team from Shelby County to participate in the state high school softball tournament. Name the only team in Shelby County to participate in the state high school softball tournament. Craig, did you have a winner over there?
I'm looking right now. What's the answer?
Well, the answer is in 1998, the Yellow Jackets of Sydney High School finished state runner-up. Craig, I got to be honest with you, I never knew that.
I didn't know
I
that.
had no idea. I had no idea that the Yellow Jackets of Sydney finished state runner-up in softball, 1988. Interesting. It's the only team from Shelby County ever to make the state tournament.
All right. Well, we do have a winner. I got the first name of Anna on the social stream tab. So I guess Anna,
you're the winner.
You're the winner. You'll get a Fish Report Live shirt.
Congratulations, Anna. I'm not for sure who you are, so you're going to have to send us a text, tweet, or something. Let us know who you are, but congratulations.
And I did just get a text here that wanted to inform all the viewers out there that Hannah Floyd, who we were just talking about from Minster, she's actually rooming with Becca Peterson from West Liberty Salem. So
well, that's great stuff, Craig. We talked about both of them, and there they are. Now they're going to be roommates next year, and good luck to them. Like I said a couple weeks ago, we got the big dog can actually give us a softball report on them guys.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, before we go, Ken, just want to say thanks to our sponsors again for making the show possible. Thanks to Fairlawn's Olivia Cummings for joining us tonight. Special thanks to Coach Heitkamp from Versailles for joining us as well. Ken and I are going to be taking a break again next week, but we'll be back in 2 weeks with a state track meet preview. You can bet that's going to be a good one. And then hopefully we'll be talking about some state baseball, maybe some state softball if we have some local teams in it. But you can bet one thing, we're going to have some good interviews coming up. And that'll probably be our last show for the season, right?
That's right. So.
All right. Well, before we go, just want to say thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. For Ken Francis, for our production engineer over here, Ross Fissinger. I'm Craig Fissinger saying good night, everyone.